Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. This is Jenny Oya with Nuggets and Things. Today we want to talk a little bit about, you know, what's your plan B? A lot of people say, you shouldn't have a plan B. I say you need to have a plan B because if plan A doesn't work, you need to have some kind of backup system because you never think about the what ifs. What if plan A doesn't work? What if the check doesn't hit your bank account? What if they don't come, right? There's so many things that we have these options, right? What happens when it happens and you don't have a plan B? You know, a lot of people, they said, what's it saying? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So many truths is in that. And some might, a lot of people might say, well, you know, they want to believe that this is going to happen, which is awesome. And there's nothing wrong with your belief system to want to believe that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll never tell you there's something wrong with your belief system, ever. But I will tell you, if that doesn't turn out the way you expect it to, if it doesn't happen as you anticipated, what's your next move? What's your plan B? Right? Because you got to have one. You need to have one if you don't. Always think about your plan B. They have something out here for ladies where they go out on a date and they have a oops and they have this pill called plan B, right? So if my precautions that I thought I used didn't work, I have a plan B. It's the stuff they make nowadays, right? But in our lives, we need to always think about our plan B. And let me tell you how I got this, because I got to go to a story. I have to have a story, y'all. Look, as you are aware of, if you've been following me, I take my walks through the park. I love walking through nature, so I'm out here to the park and, just walking, as I've been doing probably over a year and some change at this particular park. And this day, I'm walking, coming back from my trail, and this guy, as I was coming to my end to the stop sign, this guy says, oh, you're not riding your bike today? I said, nah, I'm not riding my bike. I said, I try to alternate, right? I ride my bike one day and I walk another day. He said, okay. He says, I know been seeing you out here. I said, yeah. He said, how far are you going? I said, I'm just going here to the stop sign, right? He said, can I wait for you till you get back? I was like, I've got my headset on, right? I'm talking to my son on the phone. And I'm like, oh boy. I said, okay, that's fine, right? So, I'm steady walking. And when I turned around to come back, he was like walking towards me, right? And I, high on my radar, right? Lord have mercy. When they made me, they broke all kinds of modes. They probably was against the law to even create me. They probably said, who did the oops on Jenny Oya? Because we, we can't handle more her. Because she is just, you have to inhale and exhale right fast, right? So anyway, I'm still, making my walk. So he goes to talking to me, and I think he might have said what his name was. I don't know. See how much I was impressed. I told you now, first impression is everything to me. First impression is everything. And people don't realize when they start off wrong, they should have a plan B because you missed that plan A. So anyway, he's walking with me. He's talking about oh good gracious, I know what it was. He got talking to me about all the stuff he owned, right? He got houses and he got all this money, right? All these retirements he has. He's steady talking to me, right? And and he said, "So what you do?" I said, "I'm a CEO, right?" And he says, "You still working?" I said, "Yeah, I'm still working." Yeah, I'm still working. And he said, "Okay, you know." So what do you do? What do you do? I said, I just sing, right? He said, oh, okay, because I go to all the casinos. Everything he's talking about, right, is just so far from me. So far from me, right? Yeah. So, look at here. When when people walk up on you, and so he starts telling me, he been watching me probably for like a year, walking by my bike and everything, right? So he finally got the nerve up, right, that he gonna speak today. And he should have waited another day because he was off, honey. He was off. So anyway, he go talking about, stuff, right? Stuff. Now y'all know how I feel about stuff, right? Well, if you don't know, because you just followed me today, stuff is what it is. It's stuff, right? I possess a lot of stuff, but none of that stuff possesses me. That's my words. I always stand by, right? I got stuff, more stuff than I don't even want half of it, right? I'm not impressed by stuff. I accumulated stuff because it is what it is, right? A lot of stuff that I had, or have, has been given to me, right? Because I gave a lot. I gave a lot of stuff away in my life. Gave away stuff, right? And now I'm receiving stuff from people. Just get it, Most of my things I receive, from my son. He buys me cars. Just probably a motorcycle. you know, he buys me stuff. So I got stuff. But now, so he's trying to impress me with his stuff. He's trying to talk to a woman who already got stuff about his stuff. And he's trying to impress a woman about, how well he is off because he got stuff, right? But he's talking to a woman who only works because she wants to. I don't have to work. I love working because my job is my passion. This is what I love doing. This is why I'm doing it, because I love it. I'm on my way actually this morning to work. I love it. But anyway, so he goes talking to me, and I'm letting him talk, right? Because you know what I tell you now, let people talk sometimes. Stop trying to do all the talking. And see, if he had inhaled and gotten quiet and realized there was it was no communication going on, there was no back and forward, that meant you lost somebody. Pay attention to it, honey. When you're talking to somebody and they're relating to you, the conversation continues, right? There's no dead space, because you're interacting, right? And they're feeling you. You're vibing off of each other, and everything starts to it's moving, it's clicking, it's vibing like that. But then when you're talking and you ain't getting no conversation back, there's a clear sign. There's a miscommunication or a blockage or a disconnect somewhere. Now you need to pause because your plan A ain't working. You need to pause so you can start on plan B. He ain't never moved on plan B. So he walking, and he finally tells me about some place, that because I do karaoke, right? He said, "Wait, we got some places around here got karaoke, yada yada." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna check them out, right? Because I got plans." So anyway, I said, "Okay." So finally, we get to the end of our stop. I don't even remember. I don't know what his name was. I have no idea. I don't even know if I even gave him mine. Right? Definitely did not exchange numbers. Because, again, introduction was off. Right? You could just zero in on people and just know, when they come with, they off. Anyway, he should have thought of a plan B. Because his plan A clearly did not work, right? And I try to introduce people to a thing called, when you go to a person, allow yourself to walk into a room and feel the room. You get to make an intro, feel the room. That means when I'm getting ready to talk to somebody, I need to feel where they are. Right? Pay attention to, especially if I've been gazing at them gazing at them for a year. You know, I clearly must have picked up something in a year's time now, especially if it's somebody of interest. You know, what if your plan A did not work? What if what you were going to do did not turn out the way you expected to? What if you got to work and that was your last day? What if, right? It was a bad day. What if they asked you something that you really want to hear? What if you decide to go? What if? You know, the what ifs, you know? And then think about, okay, and if it doesn't turn out the way you expect it to, what's your plan B? You need to have a plan B. You need to have an understanding. It may not turn out the way you anticipate, the way you expect it to, but you already got another plan in store. So you don't fall flat on your face, you know? When I go somewhere, you know, and I was sharing yesterday, you know, I travel a lot. I love to travel, right? And I had a traveling agent was talking to me about going to a few places. I said, nah, I ain't going there. Oh, we got this great expensive, you know. And while he's talking to me, right, about the different places that, you know, he's trying to get me to go into in other countries, right? While he's talking, I'm looking up the safety values because I'm about safety, right? And I'm like, okay, is it safe to travel to that particular place at this time? What's the crime rate in that particular area, right? Because when I go somewhere, right, I want to go somewhere and know I'm going to enjoy myself. I don't want to be going nowhere looking over my shoulder trying to figure out, this place coming, whatever. I don't care where it is. I don't care what country it is, right? So I said, nah, I ain't going there. I ain't going there. I said, you might even find me somewhere in the States. I said, so I said, give me an island somewhere, right? I need a nice island, you know? And he started talking to me, and I said, look, let me get back with you. Let me find out where I want to go, and then you tell me how I can get there, because I want to, I want a whole week. I want a place that I want to go, and I can enjoy myself, right? So, when I was thinking about that, I said, hey, when they was telling me what was there, I said, I can get you set up. I said, nah. No, you need to have a plan B. You need to figure out something else. You need to have another option in store, because everything that you do could change in a blink of an eye. It could change. And if it changes, you have something else on your backup. You have a backup system that will kick in. I had a truck that had two gas tanks. So if one of the tanks ran out, the other would kick in, right? Which was cool, right? It's good to have that backup system, that would kick in, right? Sometimes when you on your last, when you're tired and you feel as though, I don't know if I can make it, and something would kick in, and say, I got this. Some people go to a power drink, and a power drink helps them get a kick, to each their own. What I'm trying to get you to understand is whatever it is that you are dealing with in life in general, on personal levels, physical levels, health issues, always have a plan B. They tell you one thing, you seeing something else. You need to have a backup system. You need to have a plan B. If I didn't have a plan B, one day I went to Cali. I'm out to Cali, right? It's in May. So I fly to Cali, gonna enjoy myself with my aunties. And it was cold as the dickens, like 40, 50 degrees in May. And here I just left my state. It's in 70s and 80s, and I'm going to Cali in the 40s and 50s. So all my shirts was short sleeve. I ain't bring no jacket, because I'm getting ready to enjoy Cali's weather. My auntie had to give me a jacket to wear, and it was clearly very, very big on me. But honey, it did the job. I didn't have a plan B. You hear me? You know? So I learned. These tips I give out, honey, a lot of these come from experiences. You know? I've learned some things. If this does not work out, what's your next option? What you gonna do next? How you gonna fix this? You know, where you gonna go? Who you gonna turn to? This is not clearly working. What's next? I tell people that all the time. I ask them that question. So what you gonna do now? That clearly didn't work. It clearly, didn't turn out as you anticipated. So what's your plan B? You know, when you made a decision to do exactly what you did, and it did not come out the way you expected it, what was your plan B? Because if you don't have a plan B, you will stay locked in that failing of plan A. And it clearly failed, right? You know? Walk up to somebody, ask them for a dance, and they say no. What's your plan B? What you gonna do next? Because they said no. You know? Thank them kindly. Thank you. And move on. You know? Learn. Learn before you kickstart somewhere and think you in. Make sure you in. And if not, make sure you have a plan B. You know? You get ready to sell the house. What if it don't sell? What's your plan B? Right? You get ready to go for this job interview. What if you don't get it? What's your plan B? You know? You get ready to ask somebody to marry you, and they may not accept it. What's your plan B? Right? Anything we do, we need to always think, what if? Are we prepared for the what ifs? Are we ready for the what ifs? Because they clearly come, you know? I made my watermelon, my watermelon rind, honey, preserved. I made that preserved, and I kept looking at it, right? After I made it, I made two quart jars, I believe it was. I made 2 mason quart jars of it, and it smelled right, and it looked pretty good. And I kept looking at it, and I said, dang, it don't look like my mom's. So I'm going to give it a couple days, and I'm going to see whether or not was that a hit or a miss. And you'll never know, honey. You will never know if it was a miss. You'll never know anything about it, honey. You think I'm getting ready to come up here and show y'all a miss? Please. I got a plan B. If it's a miss, I'm getting ready to try it again. I'm going to do it again. And this time I'm going to change this and change that and make sure it's done a little differently. Because I think I'm missing an important part. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. You can leave me a comment. I appreciate you so much for your time. Again, y'all hear my birdies. Hey, I am so blessed. I am so blessed because I get the opportunity in the mornings, early in the day, to come out and just bask in nature and listen to them speak. So thank you so much for joining me. You have an awesome day. Remember to always let your light so ever shine. You be powerful. Be always amazing. Stay positive. And don't allow what people say, think, feel, or possibly even do cause you to miss your opportunities in life to be great, to be better, and to be great. Because you can be all of that. Because that's what you're built to do. You're built like that. Yeah. Thank you so much. You have an awesome day. Blessings to you. Love you.